Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome to the top 10 YouTube hop. I actually have 12 because I couldn't decide. And I'm not going to take them out of the page protectors because I don't want to. So I'm going to dig right in. I had a hard time picking my top 12. And I mean, to make it top 10 would be even harder. I really loved a lot of my layouts this year. So these are honestly the ones that were actually quite quickly accessible for me. I didn't even touch my actual layouts that were already in my album. So these are just my favorite ones from the ones that I could get to. I apologize about the glare if there is any due to the fact that they're in page protectors. And I'll just go through them with you. So the first one is this one. It is really the only layout I did about Sean and myself, and I normally do 1 or 2 a year, but this one I love. I created it for our anniversary / Valentine's Day just type of thing. We celebrated 5 years this year, so it was kind of a bigger anniversary for us, and this photo was actually taken on Christmas of last year, but it worked really well for that. And then I had used a circle pattern with some ephemera and stuff that happened to be from Cheeky Studios when I had done a guest spot for them. And then of course the big news of 2018 in my family is that we're having another baby. And this one was created for a lift and sketch and documenting the fact that it's a baby boy. And we're very excited. This is a scrap lift from the fabulous Cureness, and I love this layout as well. I love the way it turned out. It all worked perfectly. I love this photo. I think it's perfect, and it works well to go into a baby album. This one is definitely one of my favorites of the year. I love the way it turned out. It is using that beautiful Maggie Holmes line that she came out with later in the year. I can't even think of what it's called. Willow Lane. I loved it. I love that line so much. And then the outtake photos, Thanksgiving photos of my kids. They weren't really cooperating, and this is just me embracing that and getting it documented anyway. So again, I love this layout. Here is one that I love because of how much time and effort it took into it. It's kind of a simple-ish layout. I mean, there's 2 photos of my daughter being sick and some pattern paper. But up here, this, I cross-stitched, or whatever you want to call it, and it took me forever. And ever and ever and ever and ever. It was a labor of love, but I really do like the way it turns out. And together as a whole with this layout, everything just kind of worked perfectly. And then here's a layout of my son. I have 2 layouts of him in this pile. Most of them are actually quite Nora heavy, to be honest. I really love the way this layout turned out. It is just a, like, I don't know if it's the angles with the stitching, I don't know what it is, but it is documenting his fox and how he still has it even in 2018, and he was almost 4, but he loves this thing and he still has it, and I just love that this is what he clung to. And so it's just documenting that he still loves his fox because he's had that thing since he was a baby and he just absolutely loves it. And then again, playing with some different patterns and some stitching, and I love the color tones to that. And here's one that I really like just because, again, kind of the effort I put into it. So this was for a summer series that I did with Daisy Scraps. We do a few different series in the year called 12 Days, and this one was 12 Days of Summer. And this one was just to use a fruit of some kind, like a big something. I used a pineapple, and I just love the way that this layout has layers. So it's got the background that it's a pattern paper, but it looks like mixed media, and then the pineapple that I hand stitched and I kind of cut out, freehand cut out, and then there's a background on top of that, plus a bunch of sparkles and sequins and all of that, just for this one little Snapchat photo, which is a nothing photo really, but it was a heat wave and it was gross out, and it's just talking about all of that. So I love the way this one turned out. It was fun and playful, and I just really like the layers I was able to create with it. And this one is definitely one of my top ones for the year. I just really like the monochromatic coffee house feel that it has. I hand stitched my title back with the back stitch method, except for the word season is obviously thickers. I used some of the One Canoe 2 collection along with some Pink Fresh Studio, and I just absolutely love this. This was again for 12 days, but this was 12 days of autumn. And then I love this photo because I am pregnant, I look cute and fallish, and I do a layout kind of like this every year, and they always seem to be one of my favorites. So I really love the way that turned out. And then I backed it with red to kind of match my little sweater there. Here is one that it actually went together really quickly. It is for a series that I do called Quilter's Vibe. I kind of participate. I've started getting into it and do it all the time now, but Sarah Scraps and Daisy Scraps are the ones who did it, and they just kind of invited me along because I kept showing them quilts that I thought would work for them. And this is using that beautiful Auburn Lane collection that I was obsessed with this year. And again, just a morning routine. Before my son would wake up, if my daughter got up early, I would have coffee, she would have milk, watch a TV show. I would scroll on my phone or whatever, look at Pinterest. And I just love it. And then with the quilt inspiration to it, it just all kind of turned out really neat. And I just really like the way that it turned out. And then this one is definitely like my favorite layout of the entire year, for sure. I was really happy that this wasn't actually in an album. I was going to have to go search for this one if it was. But this is documenting the solar eclipse from 2017. It did take me this long to document it, but I love the layers, the different pattern papers. I made a sequence moon. I just absolutely love it. This is a really neat experience, and that's probably what I love about it so much. But it's got lots of layers and texture and everything to it, and that's just something I think I like about it. It was for a lift and sketch. I didn't really follow the lift too much, but there's a little bit of inspiration from it if you're wanting to check it out. There's a video for this. I think there's a video for every single layout I have, so you can always go back and check those out. And then one to document my little butterfly. My daughter's first Halloween last year, she was a butterfly, and this costume is like a tutu, like it's 4 sizes too big for her basically, but they're just really cute and I love it. I love the way it turned out. This was for my series back in January where I did 30 days of sketches. I had planned to bring it back like in the fall. Things just didn't work out. I am planning to bring it back. I was hoping for January. That's not happening. So February or March, hopefully I'll be able to bring that series back and do another 30 days because it's really fun and I get a lot documented when I do stuff like that. And my daughter is coming to speak of the lovely lady that she is. So my last two are my daughter's birthday layout that I created. This was a scrap lift from the beautiful Crafty Maggie, who is a good friend of mine. And all that's missing is the photo of her actual birthday. I still have it. It's there. I just haven't gotten it yet. But I love, again, thank you, the different layers and textures and everything that are involved in it. And it just turned out really neat and a fun thing to be in her album. And then finally, this layout of my son is kind of to document. My son was officially diagnosed as being autistic this year, so that was a really big thing for us. But this is they were kind of his birthday photos, and it all kind of happened kind of around the same time. And so it was just to document my feelings on the situation, and that it doesn't matter because he's just Jackson to us no matter what he is diagnosed or not diagnosed with. he's our little guy and we love him. So that's what we wanted to document, and that's why this one is so very important to me. Thank you, Missy. Along with this was again one of the 12 days series, and this one was for the 12 days of spring. So I have a lot of those in there. And Miss Nora is going to tell you a story. But there you have it, guys. Those are my top 12. I loved documenting 2018. It's been really, really fun. Super excited to document 2019 because we'll have a new edition in the end of January to document as well. So thank you. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know out of these 12 which one is your favorite. I'll see everyone really soon. Bye.